It was a pleasant place to be because there were 40% Niners fans there yesterday that absolutely loved everything they were watching, and otherwise it was a bunch of empty orange seats yesterday, and I cannot imagine what this week's game is going to look like at home. You might be able to buy your own section. I get it. The weather was bad.
The Tennessee Titans aren't a draw?
I don't think so, Jeff. I'm going out on a limb.
DK, tough wide receiver, man. I like him.
Going out on a lim and saying this is not going to be a jam-packed stadium. It'll be easy to get tickets this week if you're looking.
You think so?
The Browns fans that were there yesterday were great. I mean, they really were. And they were rooting on their team as much as they possibly could. It was just a bad game, bad special teams, bad defensive stand at the end of the first half, a lot of bad things. And the worst part about it was going home at night and watching TV and seeing that the Bengals with 4 wins are in the hunt, meaning that all you had to do was show up for one of these games with special teams throughout the season, and you'd still at least – I'm not talking about being in the playoffs, but I do think our defense, with the exception of that one drive yesterday, is worthy of being in the playoffs. And it's really frustrating week after week after week when one phase of the game costs them the game all the time with stupid plays, and special teams yesterday hit the height of stupidity.
Because of special team errors and what I think was a bad decision, the 3 touchdown drives for the San Francisco 49ers, the 3 touchdown drives, 6 plays, 16 yards.
I didn't think of it in that perspective.
Hold on. 9 plays, 32 yards. 6 plays, 18 yards. The 3 scoring drives for the 49ers, touchdown drives, 16, 32, and 18 yards. Good night, everybody.
Amen. It's just
you're not going to win games, Andy, when you give them fields that are that short.
No, not at all. And
16, 32, and 18-yard touchdown drives.
No, I love Harold Fannin, but why is he the guy Why is he the guy running the sneak? It's like,
can I throw this at you?
Yeah,
they used to do it with Harrison Bryant. When it worked, everybody loved it.
But you've had proven success with other players on this. So,
not in that situation.
Catching them off guard. And by the way, you got offensive linemen. What do we have? 2 offensive linemen on that play that aren't normally a part of that. You're trying to run a play on a short week where you barely had practice last week either. I'll tell you the other thing is I didn't think they were prepared yesterday. They didn't seem prepared to play yesterday. And why not? I mean, they earned that day off on Monday, right? 3 wins. And then what do? It's Thanksgiving week. You're not. How much are you actually practicing last week? They were not prepared yesterday to win. They were not prepared for an NFL football game yesterday.
I don't have a problem with the Fannin the play call. I have a problem with going for it there. You were down by 2 points, and you went for it on your own 33. You were down 2. That was it. 2-point game. You're right. You're right in it. Punt. Your defense had been good. Punt the ball away and play field position.
Yeah, if you can't get 1 yard, though.
I don't get it. Yeah, but you're on your own 32. They're 33-yard line.
They're a 3-win team. They have nothing to lose.
Yeah,
I understand what you're saying.
Yes, you did. You know what you had to lose?
Well, they're
yesterday's
out of the hunt.
Football game.
Yeah, they're out of the hunt.
Yeah. You trust your defense, the only thing that's trustworthy on this football team, and you let them try and stop them. That's what you do. I for the life of me do not understand that. If you were down by 25 points, it was a 2-point game, and you went for it on your own 33. At the very least, you were handing them 3 points if you don't get it. The Fannin play call. If you're going to put a guy under center, you can put a tight end under center. They've done that before, and it's worked. I would have. First of all, I just wouldn't have gone for it. Quinshawn out of the Wildcat for a yard, maybe.
Okay, I'll buy that.
Shedeur on a quarterback sneak. Okay?
I'll buy that.
Right. But Fannin is bigger, stronger. I understand it.
How about Myles Garrett on the 1 yard? Just hand him the ball. Let him go forward.
He just fumbled it. Fannin just fumbled the ball. So that's the way that worked. We've said this repeatedly.
And by the way, because it was 4th down, can I ask you this? They showed a replay. I thought he recovered the ball. For whatever it's worth, they still had to give the ball up. It was 4th down.
Regardless.
Yeah.
Regardless, it was Niner football.
It was Niner football. I get it. Yeah. They kept saying it was recovered by, and I was like, was it really? I don't. But why would you even take a look at it? There was a waste of time to
16, 32, 18-yard touchdown drives. I do not understand going for it on 4th down. But that was just one play. The special teams mistakes were bad. I have a really hard time blaming a special teams coach for a guy not handling a punt. That said, there's just been such an accumulation of special team mistakes that's a problem. Big picture here, Andy, to me is this, and we've said this all year long. Unless the marching orders for this year were made very clear, and the idea that we stuck you with a quarterback situation that just didn't work out, big swing and a miss, and because of that, we're going to go ahead and bite the bullet this year, and you guys are all good. I would be stunned if there aren't changes, big changes at the end of the year, because teams don't survive back-to-back 3-14 and let's say 5-12. Let's say they win 2 more games. That's 5-12. How many regimes survive 3-14 and 5-12?
They don't.
They
don't. Most wouldn't have survived last year, Jeff.
That's right. Unless marching orders were very specific.
I don't know. I'm trying to get a gauge for, sitting in that press conference yesterday, just wondering if what's going through Kevin's mind on this stuff. I don't know what it's a weird spot to be in. It's a job. I get it. It's almost like you're just like at the end of the season, you just kind of feel like, well, let's have your meeting after the Cincinnati last, right? After the Cincinnati game. Mm-hmm. All right, let's have your meeting. Well, I got to let you go. Okay, see you later. I'll take the buyout. See you later. I think he's going to be good somewhere else. I'm not feeling it now. Unless, you're right, Jeff, unless they said, hey, we know that we didn't rebuild the offense the way we wanted to rebuild it. We rolled the dice by bringing...
You left him with 2 rookie quarterbacks, neither one of whom was anybody's darling in the draft.
And then you ditch the veteran quarterbacks.
I do not think the coaching staff on the special teams and offensive side of the ball have done a very good job this year.
Cost them games, Jeff.
What I do think, though, is this. I'm not going to say that the coaching has been horrendous and that they're the reason that things are bad. I'll put it this way. I think the defense has been good. This isn't about
second best in the NFL going into yesterday's game.
This isn't about the defense. The coaching on the offensive side of the ball has not been good enough to overcome a terrible offensive roster. It hasn't been good enough to overcome that. Quinshon Judkins, nice. That's worked. Yes. Harold Fannin looks like a guy who's coming along. I like Harold. Mm-hmm. I don't care for any of the wide receivers. Even I like Cedric Tillman's potential, but they've not done anything there. And the offensive line has had real issues this year because of age, injury, and overall ineffectiveness. Now, that said, Browns put together a 90-yard touchdown drive yesterday. 10 plays. First 9 plays were runs.
Well, they didn't give Shedeur. The play calling in the second half did not lean towards whoever the quarterback was passing the ball a lot. They ran the ball a lot in the second half. Yeah. And so it's like, if you're going to take the ball out of the hands of the quarterback to try to make a play, I get it. It was a little windy yesterday, but there's no excuse. It was windy for both teams.
Shedeur was okay yesterday.
The touchdown pass he did throw yesterday I thought was really nice.
Yeah, it was a really nice play.
Yeah. I still don't. I'm at the point now where I don't even know if you're getting a full. If you're getting a full look at your starting quarterback, it's Shedeur Sanders. At least he came out yesterday and said he's our starter again next week, and we're like, okay, duh, no brainer.
He didn't say he's the starter for the rest of the year.
No, he just said for next week. Mm-hmm. So,
which I think he looks more intriguing to me than Dillon Gabriel, but not by much. And right now, if you had to say, should they go get a new quarterback next year? Absolutely, they should. I don't think next year's quarterback is on this team right now. I hope that changes in the next 5 games. I hope we see some things that make me think differently and probably make most of us think differently about that. But right now, the offense just needs major work.
Yeah, I'd say, you're probably looking at 1, 2, maybe 3, 4 guys coming. Look at the starters, Jeff, and tell me how much of that offense is going to change between now and next year. I think you're going to see a lot of new names out
Quinshon Judkins.
Fannin. Njoku. If he's here.
If David's back.
Yeah.
See, that's the point.
If he's here, like, who do you even want back?
Can't you sit here and think two guys, and Dillon Sampson. I would want to keep Dillon too. He got dinged up yesterday a little bit. Those are three. Other than that, I think anybody's fair game. And I say that about Joel Bitonio only because I'm guessing that Joel will retire.
Yeah, I'm guessing. Why would you want to come back for this?
I don't know.
I don't know why Joel would want to come back.
Jack Conklin just keeps getting hurt.
Concussion yesterday.
I feel terrible for that guy, but he keeps getting hurt, so you can't bank on that. You rotated Wyatt Teller and Tevin Jenkins at right guard yesterday.
What was that about?
Well, I don't know. Maybe they want to get a look at Tevin Jenkins. I mean, you're getting a look at the quarterbacks.
I know. But
might as well get a look at a guy on the line. Jenkins was a second-round pick of the Bears and 6'6", like 320, 310. And maybe he can play guard. Played some tackle for the Bears, but he also played some guard for the Bears, and maybe they think he's a starting guard here next year. You're not going to be able to replace everybody. I wouldn't think you're going to have 5 new starters on the offensive line. And I don't know that you want to, but...
Is Ethan definitely gone? Are you getting rid of Posick?
I don't know.
I don't think so. Why would you?
Well, why would you? Because the offensive line hasn't done the job that everybody thinks it should.
He's been okay at center.
If you take a look at each guy individually, Andy, it's like Jack Conklin at right tackle. Absolutely. Except he gets injured.
Yeah.
Wyatt Teller at right guard. I like Wyatt Teller. Well, then why are they rotating him with Tevin Jenkins?
I don't know. It doesn't make any sense.
Ethan Posick at center. Okay.
All
Joe
right.
Bitonio, left guard.
Probably
Sure. If he wants to play again, sure. Why not? Offensive linemen play into their late 30s. And then who's playing left tackle? DeWand? So you look at them individually, you think, yeah, sure, why not? Look at them as a group, and you think, not quite doing the job. Except, well, you marched the ball right downfield when you were run blocking, didn't you? Once, anyway.
When you say that Shedeur will start next week, are you still taking this week by week, or are you prepared to say that he's kind of your guy?
Yeah, I'm not going to get into all that, Mary Kay, other than to say we all have to just play better.
That was the follow-up to when Kevin said, yes, Shedeur will start next week. So he's starting against Tennessee, but he didn't want to get into all that. And Adam Schefter of ESPN had a report out that the Browns are willing to give Shedeur a really long look at quarterback. But Kevin didn't want to get into all that.
Well, why would I mean?
That okay?
Yeah. What's the difference? You got 2 rookie quarterbacks on the roster. What's the difference? Yeah, you're starting next week. I mean, it's not like. Look, did he keeps playing well enough to make me say I want to see a little bit more. I want to see a little bit more. What'll happen? I just, I need him to just kind of settle into this thing and be. He doesn't know what he doesn't know, and I think we can see some of that stuff while he's playing. And I think it's a trait of just being a young quarterback. He's a rookie quarterback, and I think there are things that we're just gonna. It just takes time, and if they want to give him his true shot, I think they need to start him every week. I think they need to give him the opportunity to show what he can do. The problem is that there's really no go-to guy for him to get the ball to. And that's a problem. So I don't know if what we're seeing is real. You've got a banged-up offensive line. You're playing tryout now and taking Wyatt Teller out of the game. The circumstances are not great for us to really see the full effect or what could be 100% of either one of these 2 young quarterbacks. But in particular now, it's Sanders, because Sanders is the guy with the opportunity. Sanders is the guy that's going to have to grow up really, really, really fast. And I'm not saying that as an immature thing. I'm saying that as an experience thing. So, there's just some interesting things to watch for the rest of the season. The hard part is watching it struggle and wondering if they had the ball in better field position. Maybe the special teams thing yesterday is just killing me. It's killing me because we've seen it too many times this season where special teams has just given the game to the other team. When the offense has played okay enough at times, no matter who the quarterback was, to win a game, and the defense has given you pretty much every opportunity in the world to win every one of these games. They have. And, I know that there's been, like the Vikings game, okay, well, they had the opportunity to control the destiny at the end, and they didn't. They could have controlled the destiny at the end of the first half yesterday. I get it. It's really frustrating because it's like an engine where the cylinders are just, none of them are in rhythm and you're not going anywhere. It's not good.
I think it's interesting. I've seen it written that Shedeur making great progress based on his quarterback rating, and I took a look at that, and I would like to see Shedeur play more. I want to see him play against Tennessee. I'd like to see him play more after that. Let's see what you have there. But I also wouldn't mind seeing more of Dillon Gabriel because I thought he was just slowly progressing a little bit. But the quarterback ratings in 2 starts, Shedeur and you have to eliminate that second half when he came in for Dillon against Baltimore. That was an aberration and a tough spot to put him in. So that's not included in this thought. But against Vegas, he was just over 87, and yesterday he was just over 93. And for what it's worth, Dillon Gabriel in 4 of his 6 starts was 88 or better, and his high was a 94. Mm-hmm. So if you're going to look at quarterback rating, they've actually been somewhat comparable. Somewhat comparable. I will say neither guy has given me the thought that, yep, you got one. But
I don't hear one person saying we need to go back to Gabriel. No, I don't hear anybody saying that. Now I understand why you want to see it.
I don't. I agree with that now. Dillon had more of a sample size. Let's see what Shedeur can do, and let's give him some starts, and let's see. But as it stands right now, Andy, I would think you're going into the offseason thinking, okay, where are we going to get a quarterback? And maybe it's from within. Maybe it is.
Yeah.
Maybe Shedeur in the offseason continues to grow and improve. Same thing with Dillon. And maybe those 2 guys fight it out next year. I don't think that's ideal. But I would think you're going to go find somebody somewhere, whether it be in the draft or in free agency or a trade. But I would think you're going to go get somebody somewhere, whether he's the starter or not, who knows. But right now, I don't think either guy is giving you the impression that, yep, we're good. Do you feel that way?
No, not at all. I don't feel like either guy's neither one of them is winning the job for next year.
No, I would agree with that.
I mean, and I don't know.
And it's not just beating out the other guy. It's beating out what you want in a starting quarterback. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like it's almost like
here's what we're thinking.
You're wishing that the plays that Sanders would make sometimes are just, the wide receiver just dropped the ball. That's not on Sanders. Or, oh, man, Sanders really made the right read there, but he just overthrew him a little bit. So that happened a little bit. That happened on a big play yesterday. But, again, you have to have if you're going to play a rookie, you better have a rookie mentality as a fan, too, and understand that rookies make mistakes. And understand that rookies don't make the pass that, veterans do, or guys that have been in that situation, 200-300 times prior and have made the play and made their mistakes and cut their teeth somewhere else. We're watching Shedeur cut his teeth right now. I think that's part of the other problem that, and no one has patience. No one has that, whether it was Gabriel or Sanders, no one has patience for this. And yesterday was just put your head through the TV game. Because there were just so many opportunities missed. I see, we were talking about the wide receivers. I don't care how bad they are. There's a lot of times wide receivers are open and the quarterback can't find them, whether it was Gabriel or whether it was Sanders. But, it's frustrating. I wish I had another word to describe it. I understand why you feel the way you do, Browns fans, because you have every right in the world to feel the way you do right now. That this is an underachieving, ridiculous spectacle of football on offense, and special teams is
ridiculous spectacle.
It is a ridiculous spectacle. It's more on special teams than it is even on the offense at this point.
The talent is lacking on the offensive side of the ball.
I don't know, Jeff. We were talking about this before. I see a lot of empty routes. I see a lot of routes that are run that they're never seen by the quarterback.
Well, that's
either quarterback.
That's problematic. Going into the game yesterday, Browns were 29th in points, 31st in yards, 28th in rushing, and 31st in passing. If you have talent and enough of it, you're not going to be in the bottom 4 of every offensive category.
No, and by the way,
just not going to be there.
Did you think they got away with a safety yesterday? Because in the stadium, it looked like Shedeur threw an intentional grounding.
Yeah.
Well, instead they called.
Might have been.
It was a face mask. If I was Robert Saleh, I would have been saying the same thing. It looked like intentional.
Saleh thought it was a safety.
I'll be honest, I did too. I looked at Darrell Ryder sitting next to me. I go, that's a safety. It doesn't matter if that flag is for holding or for whatever it is. And that's the second time. That's a rookie mistake. That just can't happen. You got to find a way to throw it in the third row with a wide receiver underneath it.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense.
It's
third
young.
row with a wide receiver underneath. What's that mean?
What do you mean? Throw it out of bounds. Make sure it's over someone's head.
So it's not intentional grounding.
Yeah,
right,
no. So you're not throwing it into the ground.
I got you now. Had to think about it a little bit.
That's right. Well, unfortunately, we have to think about all these weird dynamics of the game. He's lucky they're very lucky they didn't get the intentional grounding on that.
Well, I would agree.
Thank goodness for that 15-yard face mask. Thank goodness.
I would agree with that.